38 people hurt, 12 severely enough to go to the hospital, 3 of them critically injured, plus many homes and businesses destroyed. Those are some of the daunting numbers from the tornado that hit Selma and Winchester late last week. Since then, more uplifting numbers have emerged as well, including well over 2,000 meals and counting served by a group called Mercy Chefs. Gary LeBlanc is the founder of the group and is up in Winchester and joins us this morning. Gary, thanks for being with us today. Welcome to our community, and a thanks for what you brought to us. Tell us a little about what you've seen and done so far.
Well, tornadoes are always just such a horrible thing. It can take everything or it can take half. And the folks here have really, it's quite surprising how strong the storm was. We had heard early reports of it being an EF2, but we're seeing some things that really put it up close to that EF4 mark. But, you know, none of that matters if it was your house that got hit.
Yeah, if it's knocked over and you don't have food to eat, it really doesn't matter how strong the wind was. You're getting great praise from leaders up there. Randolph County Sheriff says it's a great organization that has taken care of a lot of people. A lot of organizations rally around times like this. Give us the background of yours, because everybody is trying to feed folks. Yours does it in a little different way. You go beyond the granola bars and bottles of water that are sort of first line in an emergency like this.
Well, and that was the genesis of Mercy Chefs. You know, I grew up in the business, restaurant, hotel business in New Orleans. And then when Katrina hit, I volunteered with so many other groups. And I frankly, I got angry. I did not like the quality of the food they were serving. I thought there was a better way. I thought there was a bigger obligation to how you fed people when they've lost everything. So in that frustration, Mercy Chefs was born to do high quality, handcrafted, professionally prepared meals.
How important is it to the, I guess, the psychology of and the psyche of somebody who survived this to be able to sit down to what is a restaurant quality meal while all around them is still in a little bit of chaos?
Well, we work so hard to create dignity with the meals that we serve. You know, everybody's had everything stripped away from them, and you want to value them. You want that dignity. And so we believe something amazing happens over a shared meal. So we get to come into these situations and feed victims, volunteers. We get to feed all the first responders and see those incredible things happen when somebody sits down with a high quality meal and they're able to take a moment and sort of measure what's just happened to them.
Over the many years you've been doing this, clearly you've learned a lot about disasters and how to manage them. Your teams, for instance, are using Indiana as a bit of a hub for the Ohio help as well?
That's correct. We're set up here in Winchester, and our team can always outproduce our site. So we're taking about 1,500 meals a day over to Indian Lakes for lunch and for dinner, and we're serving there. We're able to transport our meals in hot boxes so they stay perfectly warm. So we're sharing as much love with as many people as we can get to.
And we mentioned the other organizations. You know, you have Red Cross, Salvation Army, local churches, disaster relief agencies aplenty. When you come into a community like this, how do you plug into the work that's already being done, make sure that you don't overlap or step on toes, but also fill that distinct need that you bring?
Well, we have so many different networks that we work through, church networks, national networks, but we think the most important thing is to find that local church and help them become the center of community. So we'll plug in through our church networks, but work hand in hand with the local emergency operators. They're the ones that know their neighbors. They're the ones that can direct our help the best. So again, you mentioned the sheriff earlier. He's been wonderful. The folks here at Compass Church have been amazing. And it's taken Mercy Chefs right to that point of need that we couldn't get to without the help of locals.
Oftentimes something like this will inspire someone to want to help. We get reports from the Red Cross, from the Salvation Army, that they get volunteers when difficulties strike like this. Is yours an organization that can use more people or more supplies?
Oh, absolutely. Mercy Chefs is completely donor supported. And if you go to the website, mercychefs.com, there are links there where you can actually volunteer in real time and see the open shifts and fill a shift that works best in your time schedule. You can find other links to follow us, to see what we're doing, and to help out if you're able. It's a great central source of all things Mercy Chefs.
We'll get those links up at wishtv.com as well. Our viewers have some of those bookmarks, so one way or the other, we'll get them pointed in your direction. Any idea yet how long you'll be on the ground there?
We're looking at the weekend. We will stay longer if we need to. It might require a site change for us, but we always make the commitment to stay as long as we're needed, but not too long. There are local restaurants and grocery stores that are getting back on their feet. We absolutely don't want to interfere with those folks getting their businesses back running.
Yeah, Chef Gary LeBlanc, you certainly know the business well. And again, from the folks in Selma, from the folks in Winchester, over in Ohio, so many people are saying thanks to the work that you're doing. We appreciate you spending some time with Daybreak.